This episode of Skip to the Show is brought to you by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/skipshow to start your 30-day trial and get a free audiobook on us.
Yes.
Oh, I might still have a copy of that, to be completely honest.
Well, like the
game, the
game. Oh, that game was tight. Yeah, I was talking about the fucking shitty ass show.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, there was an animated show for a while.
It sucks.
Anyways, oh hey, welcome to the show. Oh, don't say anything.
Oh,
hi. Oh, hey,
I just was looking at a text from Clinton there.
Merry Christmas, you fucks.
Merry Christmas. Is it
Happy Hanukkah or whatever. Oh yeah.
Happy
or whatever you choose to celebrate.
Happy holidays. I hope you had a safe.
Okay. So let's get the cat out of the bag right now. We're late. I'm sorry.
Are we dating ourselves by like doing this right now, or can we like ignore?
I've been tweeting about it.
Okay. Well, yeah. Sorry.
So here's the thing, everybody.
Jesus, we're not miracle workers.
Here's the thing, everybody. So normally, these shows, they go up end of the month, usually 29th, 28th, something like that. So picture, if you will, the month of December, and you got exams out your dick hole.
Oh, your wazoo.
They're just going, and you're so busy studying for exams because you actually need to get a good average in your program this semester that you didn't pre-record anything from in November, and then as soon as you finish your last exam, then all of a sudden all your family's in town, and now I have to entertain and cook for people every night for like 3 straight weeks.
Yeah, fuck family. Suck.
Pretty much. That brings us to where we are now.
Here we sit.
And then there was a tentative plan when Fat Neil was here to do an episode with Fat Neil, and then it turned out because he has a job and a career and everything, he was only here for like 3 days.
Yeah, you fuck jobs.
So the moral of the story is never get a job. Give up on your dreams. But so what we're doing for this episode is it's not something I wanted to do, but remember how 2016 killed every famous person we liked?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that was a bit fucking bullshit, wasn't it?
That was a bit of a downer.
And
truthfully,
that sucked. And there was some bad ones. Technically, everyone lumped Lemmy in with 2016 people because he died on like December 29th of 2015, so it's close enough.
Oh right, yeah.
So
poor
Lemmy, Bowie, Alan Rickman. There were some bad ones, but I think the one that was the biggest fucking dick punch out of all of them was Carrie Fisher.
And it went right to the bitter end too, like fucking this whole year. And
like we like George Michael died, and we're like, okay, we lost George Michael, but that's okay because that means we can keep Carrie Fisher because this is after her heart attack, and we weren't very confident. But George Michael fucks off, so we're like, okay, we gave 2016 George Michael. That means we can keep Carrie Fisher. And then 2016 said, no, fuck that. I'm going to kill her and her mom.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh, I don't like that. Also, this is off top. George Michael was only like fucking like 50-something.
53, I think.
So how old was he when fucking Careless Whisper came out? He must have been like 20 or something.
Yeah, Careless Whisper is like 1994.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
no, he's most known for Wham, dude. Last Christmas.
Oh.
That's like 1986, that song, I think.
I thought Wham was 80s.
Last Christmas. Yeah, Wham is 80s, but like all his solo stuff's in the 90s.
Oh.
Fucking George Michael. Why is it leading on to this? And so anyways, with Carrie Fisher fucking off to the better version of heaven where famous people go. And I mean, a lot of people are talking like, oh, she was more than just Princess Leia. And that's fine, but not to me, she wasn't.
Yeah, she was. But she was, in essence, Princess Leia.
It was. I saw someone posting, someone who's like 40 who was alive when Star Wars came out, and they're like, "Oh, Carrie Fisher was everybody's first crush," and I'm like, "Yeah,
yeah."
Because I mean, when I watched the Star Wars movies for the first time, I had no real concept of dates, and I didn't know that they were like 30 years old almost at that point. Not 30 years old, 25 years old or something like that, right? I didn't know that they were that old, and I'm like, "Oh, Princess Leia is cool. Yeah. I want to be her friend." Yeah. I'm 7 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, it turns out like, oh shit, no, she's like old now and like really coked up.
Yeah. Even like I recently watched Empire Strikes Back, and she is like such a babe. Like still stands the test of time.
Rip.
Rip in peace.
Rip in peace.
Carrie Fisher.
Carrie Fisher,
everywhere.
19, coked out of her mind the entire time.
Yeah. Also having an affair with Harrison Ford, I believe.
God bless that man. When Harrison Ford goes, I don't know what I'm going to be able to do.
Oh fuck! I'm just gonna.
So he's
quit.
a real legend. But anyways.
Anyway, moving
So
forward.
since she's she's Princess Leia to us, what I wanted to do for this one is talk about Star Wars and the video games thereof. Now, before we get too deep into it, let's just take a step back and acknowledge, yes, there's like 130 Star Wars games. We're not going to talk about most of them. We're going to talk about like 10 max.
Talk about the ones we played.
Pretty much. And they're probably not the ones you played, but guess what? Get over it.
Yeah, we're the one with a podcast. So.
Dude, if you want to hear about the original fucking Star Wars arcade game, then just fuck off. Like, just stop listening.
Yeah, you nerd.
You
old. You're probably old if you're playing those arcade games.
Yeah, it was Empire Strikes Back, the first one, the arcade game from 1982. Where we are going to talk about it a little bit later, but not in the way you might think.
Okay.
So really, first Star Wars game that chronologically in terms of history, but it's not the first one I played. It's just the oldest one I played.
Yeah.
Motherfucking Super Star Wars.
Was that the SNES one?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
You can tell because it had fucking Super in the title.
Oh right. Well, yeah.
Fucking Super Star Wars. Get the fuck out of here with
Yep.
your fucking SNES titles.
Yeah. Fuck SNES. Just kidding.
Now,
SNES is great.
Super Star Wars. It was it's interesting. It was like I guess a run and gun would be how you would describe it. It was like 2D side scrolling, jumping up and down, shooting your blaster. You're Luke Skywalker. You're on Hoth. Sometimes you have a lightsaber. You know what? It was good. People liked it, and you know what? Good for them. I'm glad that they liked it. And that's that whole run and gun sort of format for it seemed to be the go-to for Star Wars games for quite some time afterwards. Because it's the mid '90s. In a lot of cases, we don't have a lot of the what we need to do. Like what everyone wants to do is either like super cool lightsaber battles or spaceships, and we can't really do either of those right now. So 2D side scrollers, running and gunning.
There's plenty of running and gunning in the movies too, so it fit the property pretty well.
Pretty much. I mean, in case the first one we got that was, the first one we got that was a sort of more of a flight sort of version of it, spaceship getting down in their business was a Star Wars TIE Fighter.
Star Wars TIE Fighter. I think
it was a PC game. It was fucking DOS.
Which one was like? It was like a real like simulator kind of.
It was meant to be more of a simulator, but
that's
cool. It's
simulators are
shit.
Fucking awesome.
There was two of them too. There was TIE Fighters 2. Or sorry, no, it was X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. Was what they called the sequel, but I think the first one for people more of our age that they would have really had any cognizance of was December 3rd, 1996 release on the Nintendo 64. Also on Windows, but everyone forgets that part. We more care about the N64.
Yeah.
Motherfucking Shadows of the Empire.
Shadows of the Empire.
Plays Dax.
Dax.
It's...
Ooh. Fuck,
I'm not gonna lie, it's... Okay, playing it today, it was clearly what was used as the template for like the Rogue Squadron series games. It's aged fucking incredibly poorly, but most N64 games have.
Yeah.
But Shadows of the Empire was great. I only ever played that later in life because the first ones I really want to go for here. Motherfucking hey Peter.
Yeah.
Do you ever just pull up to a red light and exclaim loudly, "Now this is pod racing"?
I'll try. Oh, don't get me started on the Anakin Skywalker. Is this? Are we going? Are we?
Dude, remember fucking pod racing? The pod racing.
Oh, I love that game. I have that. It's so incredible.
You still have that?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, you bitch!
It's fucking wild. You get to hear all like the sound bites of Anakin being like, "Wahoo!"
Whee!
Yeah, it's great. Although the tracks are fucking wild in that game. Honestly, a lot of care went into that. It was a super fun game.
Yeah, I think we both exist in the time where we were young and had no idea what a good movie was, but we automatically assumed that episode 1 was the shit.
Yeah, like the first time I watched it.
Because now this is pod racing, etc.
Yeah.
Something like that. We were those kids. So this will bleed into, some of the games that will come up later, but I always really liked the prequel movies until like 2009.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wait, these are fucking terrible.
Yeah, I was the same way. and they really aren't good in any sense. But I remember seeing like Revenge of the Sith when it came out, and I was like,
"Oh, dude, it's how we're gonna find out how he becomes Darth Vader."
Really
The answer was via poor writing.
Yeah.
Ooh, shots fired.
Anyway, yeah. So.
Yeah.
How did we get? Oh yeah, we were talking.
Yeah, the
about
pod
but
racing.
Yeah, pod racing. The game's fucking awesome. Go play it. It's really fun.
Okay, maybe we will. Maybe.
Just maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm skipping through a ton of stuff here because what I really want to get into is the GameCube era.
The GameCube.
Yes, the GameCube era. So, all right. So, Rogue Squadron.
Rouge Squadron.
So, okay, first Rouge Squadron, if you may remember, is a N64
Yeah, I was
game.
gonna say first Rogue Squadron.
And that was the one where you could okay, ready for me to spill this fucking knowledge, ready for you to drop some knowledge on your face, pussy.
Yeah, please do that.
So in Rouge Squadron, the original one, the same thing was that it was flight, third person flight, shoot things with an X-wing. Okay, in that game, which came out before Episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
I think at that point they had announced Episode 1 is happening, but you knew nothing of Episode 1 yet. Dude, you could put in the password Halifax and unlock the Naboo Starfighter.
That's cool.
Before it was ever unveiled. Someone just found that.
That's really, actually incredibly interesting.
And the Naboo Starfighter was like dope shit.
Yeah.
Of all the Starfighters, it's in the prequels, it's up there.
Except when Anakin drives one.
Fuck Anakin, piece of shit.
That's very
motherfucker.
cool, actually, that they put that in there.
Yeah, so
I appreciate that.
So yeah, Rouge Squadron there, always a fun time. But then we get along into motherfucking. Actually, okay, we're gonna go out of order, but I want to talk mostly about Rogue Squadron.
Yeah.
Particularly, okay, so Rogue Squadron 2 happened.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's a bunch of missions based off of the movies.
Yeah.
Shit that actually happened. Fuck the prequels. The prequels are not a thing in these games. Thank shit.
I know, it's very.
And okay, so that, and then we'll be into Rebel Strike Rogue Squadron 3, which is the best one, although everyone seems to forget that. Fucking assholes.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
Well, Rebel Strike added like the on-foot missions, which to be fair were pretty shit.
Yeah, they were, but I did like them.
Love them as yes, they were great, but
yeah, going back and playing them, they're like pretty trash.
I'll just objectively Rogue Squadron and Rebel Strike, I'll say some of the best GameCube games, period. Definitely the best flight games of any kind on the GameCube.
Oh yeah.
Of that console generation, almost, I'd say. I still have my copy of Rebel Strike. Played every once in a while, got the fucking gold medal on every mission. Ask me if I care.
Do you care?
Like I care. But no, it's still okay. I mean, whatever, games age, and they're not. Oh, it's not HD, and some rough looking textures.
Yeah.
I still think for a game of its time, it does actually look quite nice. But it's still flight wise, it still plays so fucking good.
So nice.
It's just like smooth as silk, fucking butter. Oh.
I remember, I think we played a couple missions in Rebel Strike, not like last year or something like that, and I remember it just being very pretty fucking quality.
It did a great job. It had a mixture of like missions that are pulled straight from the movies.
Yeah.
So they literally just had the Death Star mission from Rogue Squadron was just in Rebel Strike, although they had upped that a little bit.
Yeah.
So you just do the old trench run.
Yeah.
And you can do the one from the 6th movie too. Where you fucking do the internal trench run. That was in there.
That's really cool.
Hoth was in there.
Hoth with the snow speeders.
The Cloud City. Bespin.
Yeah.
Bespin was in there, but they had a whole bunch of like non-canon ones that just existed to be like, well, we want to do some weird creative shit.
Yeah.
Do you remember that mission where it's you play a lot of missions as Wedge.
Yeah.
Wedge Antilles.
Yeah.
Where you're playing as fucking Wedge, and it's just like he just happened to be flying along in space, and he's like, it's a weird laser corridor. Let's just fly through it.
Oh yeah.
Which is a super fun mission, but it makes no fucking sense.
Yeah. There's lots of ones. You go to Geonosis in one because I think fucking episode 2 had just come out.
Yeah, like this believe I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Rebel Strike was after 2, before 3.
Yeah.
And it was mentioned, yeah, you crash land on
And
Geonosis.
you fight like old battle droids or
yeah,
something.
you fight old battle droids and you fly away on an old Jedi starfighter.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
That's cool. That's all very great.
That's cool shit.
And where I was bringing up the one thing I wanted to talk about earlier with the original Star Wars arcade game, there's a couple old arcade ones. They were all in Rebel Strike. There was a mode there where you could do hangar exploration, where you would just walk around like an Imperial, like you walk around the hangar on the Death Star as Darth Vader. There's
really?
Some TIE fighters parked there and stuff, right? And there was just 2 arcade cabinets, and you'd walk up to them and you could play the original arcade games.
That's cool as fuck.
I'm always a sucker for when people do that.
Yeah.
Remember when Crash Bandicoot was just in Uncharted 4? In Uncharted 4, you could just play Crash Bandicoot 1. The entire game was in.
Wow.
You just sit down as Nathan Drake on your fucking PlayStation 1 and you just actually play all of Crash 1.
The whole game.
Yeah, the whole game is
That's
in there.
awesome.
I'm always a sucker for stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Rebel Strike, fucking just the coolest. Still the best.
This is off topic. Well, not really, but like the fucking like cover art for Rebel Strike is also cool
dope
as shit. Like that's the one with I think Luke with the lightsaber.
Yeah, the lightsaber and the
squaring off against the AT-AT. So cool.
There's also the one mission on that where it's like a super long mission. It's like a 3-parter, but it ends with you as Wedge Antilles, literally just driving an AT-AT.
Yes, I remember that.
Oh, it's so
that
good.
was so cool because like you were on like some weird like
water
station,
planet,
water thing, and you like don't you start in like an AT-ST and you're walking along? And
you start as you start in a Y-wing and you're doing bombings, and then I have to take it out on foot. And then you go down there and I think you do like a very brief just on foot part, and then you do most of the mission in AT-ST, and then eventually you see an AT-AT and you're like, yes, this is an upgrade I'm totally okay with.
It's so awesome. Yeah, very cool.
What else? There's the Endor missions.
Yeah.
Those are on there. Oh, it's all
there's a special mission I remember where you're like you do the Death Star rescue. Like when you rescue Leia, you play as like Luke.
Yeah, and half them and half it is like don't blow your cover.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's a great.
Shit, what a cool game.
And like I was young when I was playing that, so I'm a sucker for like that's a thing from the movie.
Yeah, I know. Lots of like sounds and like music and stuff were all reused from like the like original and stuff like that, like the original trilogy. So that's cool.
Yeah. Now, those are all fine and dandy. Another one I want to talk about from the GameCube era, when we both played motherfucking Star Wars, the Clone Wars.
The Clone Wars.
The Clone Wars. Now, this is an interesting one, let's say, because I think they were kind of upfront with how it's supposed to be non-canon.
Yeah.
But yeah, same thing. Comes out before Episode 3, and it's basically telling the story of what is going to be Episode 3, but not the same story.
Yeah.
But I'm playing this as a young child.
Yeah.
And I don't enough to know, understand the movies, but at the same time I'm like, that's going to be what Episode 3 is, right? Like I thought that this is what Episode 3 was going to be when it came out.
The hype for Episode 3 was like undeniable because we were just like old enough that like we were like really into like this release. I think we were a little too young for Episode 2. Pretty
much, and I also, I didn't know Hayden Christensen was one of the worst actors in the history of the world. He's. I wish he was good, but
that's a whole can of worms.
It doesn't help that he's reading some of the worst dialogue ever written. Fucking goddamn it.
Whatever. But yeah, the Clone Wars. The problem is whenever I fucking Google Clone Wars now, it's that fucking TV show comes up, and I'm like, no, get out of here.
Yeah. So Clone Wars. There, the actual game. It's a weird mix because like most of it, despite the fact that I think you play as either Anakin or Obi-Wan for the entire game, and almost everything you do is tank combat.
Yeah, I was gonna say
you're in a tank
almost
like most
exclusively
of the time.
Vehicular. Do you even play like on foot?
Like, there's some on foot stuff, but like I'd say the majority of it is just in a tank. The last boss fight is you in a tank. It's like, yeah, that's Jedi's, yeah.
Yeah. I remember watching that final. You didn't like fight like the Force Harvester or something like that?
Yeah, it's some MacGuffin.
That's fucking awesome. The Force Harvester. That's just such a cool word. Look at that thing. You read the synopsis on Wikipedia right now.
Do it. Cause I'm a little shaky. I'm trying to remember back now because I haven't played that game since, pre-Episode 3 coming out, so it's been over 12 years now.
Yeah.
But I remember it's like the final boss is the Forced Harvester, and it's some like weird UFO looking thing.
Yeah.
And you fight it in a tank, and then after the fight's over, but like they say ahead of time, it's like, but if you go too close to the Forced Harvester, it'll turn you to the dark side.
Wow.
And Anakin's like, ask me if I care. And then he goes and blows it up, and then Obi-Wan's like, Anakin, are you okay? And he's like, I'm fine.
Fine.
And I was like, he's turning to the dark side.
I'm gonna turn to the God. It's called the Dark Reaper, I guess.
Yes, the Dark.
Fucking wow. Never cool. Jeez, I would watch a whole movie about that.
Yeah, it would have been better than episode 3. Holy shit.
Yeah. Requires large amounts of energy to work the Force Harvester can provide. Oh my god.
The Force Harvester. Yeah. Every once in a while, I'll be honest, I actually just like go onto like the fucking Star Wars wiki and just like dive down just holes of lore and stuff that I don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah, Wikipedia.
Wikipedia. Well, I do like that, like, you know, with the expanded universe stuff when they're making that, it's like, for some reason, everything always has to center around some large super weapon because we're incapable of writing any other stories.
Yeah.
But they always had to constantly up the ante, otherwise it doesn't feel as important. So, by the end of it, if, you know, it's all non-canon now, but the fucking Death Star was just kiddie shit compared to, like,
I know.
The fucking galaxy gun. It's a gun that can blow up a galaxy.
I know.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck's sakes. Like, it's ridiculous.
That's so funny. Yeah. And even with the new Star Wars, the Star Killer base. Which
well, it's what if the Death Star wasn't a moon and it was actually a planet?
That's no moon.
Yeah, something like, okay, so when we fire it, instead of blowing up one planet, what if it blows up like 7?
Yeah. Oh god.
I mean, at this time, I'm still on the fence about whether or not I like that episode 7 was basically just episode 4.
It was essentially. I found
it was you know. J.J. Abrams said, like, oh, I did that on purpose. Like, I wanted it to be kind of an homage, and episode 8 won't be that. And, like, it fucking better not be.
Honestly, the problem is they, like,
episode 8 is just going to be Empire.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, I loved Empire, but it feels like right now the setup just feels completely like they're just going to walk right into Empire. Whatever. I don't whatever. I'm going to go watch it either way. I'm going to give a lot of my money to Star Wars.
If no other reason than it's the last, you know, Carrie Fisher movie.
Yeah.
Rip. By the way, speaking of Carrie Fisher, I want to touch on this. So I went looking for this because I wasn't entirely sure. It turns out she did the voice for Princess Leia in 2 Star Wars video games.
What were these?
1994's Super Star Wars Return of the Jedi.
Wow.
So you can bet how nice and modulated that sounded.
Yeah, I bet that sounds great.
And then in Lego Star Wars Force Awakens from a couple of years, earlier this year.
I thought
apparently
the Lego Star Wars games. The old Lego Star Wars.
Yeah, back in the old days.
The old days.
Well, I think ever since like the Lego movie happened, they're like, oh, we can have voices now.
Apparently, Lego property.
I mean, I know Will Arnett is like, he does voice Lego Batman in the Lego Batman games, and I love Will Arnett.
Will Arnett is the man.
He's the dude. Also, unrelated to Star Wars, because Carrie Fisher's only ever been in one other video game. She was in Dishonored.
What?
Yeah. She is the female broadcaster.
Oh. Well, did she have that nice 10-pack-a-day voice there?
Not really.
No. Well, either way, that's all right. She's still beautiful.
She's still in the form of dirt and ashes now.
Yeah, she's a Force ghost.
God. Oh fuck! If George Lucas starts editing her into the next release,
oh no.
We're not even like the 19th person to make that joke today.
Yeah. Probably.
Fuck, she's been dead for like 2 weeks now. Jesus Christ.
Nothing sacred.
So
anyway, what game?
Okay, well, I've sort of shot my wad on on Clone Wars for a bit. There's a couple more I want to touch before we get into some more really modern ones.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Star Wars Bounty Hunter?
No, I actually didn't. But that's a Jango Fett one.
It's the Jango Fett game, man. I fucking love Jango Fett. He was the illest motherfucker alive.
Yeah.
Rip.
Pretty cool.
Rip.
I watched some like old like some YouTube footage or something of playing Bounty Hunter. And I was like, hey, that looks.
I always wanted that because it was one of those things where I had Nintendo Power subscription.
Yeah.
And for some reason, for one issue, like just half the issue was like just a guide to Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, they used to do guides in Nintendo Power, I guess.
Well, they used to have Nintendo Power.
Is Nintendo Power done?
Yep.
Okay, good.
As of, I believe, 2012, I think it went tits up.
That's probably for the best, actually.
Yes, as you. Yeah, like I loved, and like watching the prequels as a kid. Jango Fett was the fucking coolest, was he not?
He was pretty cool.
He was my favorite of all the characters. I fucking loved Jango Fett. Yeah, in the prequels.
Kind of, yeah, I guess. General Grievous was pretty tight though.
Well, he was only in episode 3. Well, I mean, Jango was only in episode 2.
No, Jango was cool. If I like watched it again from that context, like the fight on Camino was pretty cool, in the range.
Well, just the idea of him is like a bounty hunter so motherfucking badass. They made 1 billion clones of him as an army.
They only made 2 clones of Big Boss, or fucking 3 clones of Big Boss.
Oh, what were we considering a clone?
Oh shit.
Well, really, okay, you can make a case it's 4 because you got fucking Liquid and normal
Liquid,
Snake.
Solidus. Yeah. So
and are we? You could count the guy you play is Venom Snake. Spoilers.
Also, spoilers. Shit, we just
whatever. Game's like
huge.
Game's like a year and a half old now.
Anyway.
It's fine. It's been thoroughly spoiled at this point.
Should have a Metal Gear episode.
Dude, well, of course we're going to. It's a matter of time.
Anyway.
I'll need to replay like 1 and 2 and 3 before that just to brush up.
Yeah. Anyway, Jango Fett, they made a bunch of
Yeah, he got his own little adventure game. It was pretty good. It was
cool.
pretty good. Now there was I'll throw this out there. I don't know if you ever I'm gonna assume you didn't because your family, you're a fucking an Apple family.
Apple family.
Star Wars Galaxies.
No, did not.
So that was an MMO, PC only.
Okay, that actually rings a bell. I never played it, but I think.
Okay, so it had its original release in 2003, and it had major expansions for 2004, 2005, and 2006. Mm-hmm. If I'm remembering correctly, I only ever saw other people play it. I never actually played it myself, although I thought it looked pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
I believe it actually finally came to an end, like in 2016.
Wow. Do people still I always wonder, do people still play all those old MMOs?
To an extent, it just becomes a question of, because after a while, it becomes kind of a catch-23 situation, where most of those, when they start out, they charge a monthly fee, right? But after a while, the novelty is going to wear off to a certain amount of people.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, you're not going to be getting really any money for the monthly fees anymore.
Yeah.
But you need to keep players there. So now I guess we get rid of the monthly fee. Almost all of them do this. But then now you're also not making money at all, and it's just a question of until either the company goes tits up or they decide just to pull the plug on it and move on.
MMOs are interesting.
They're a fickle business.
Yeah.
Because everyone wants to be World of Warcraft, but no one is.
Even World of Warcraft.
Galaxies is technically the closest because they both started the same year, both 2003.
Yeah. Cool.
Galaxies just kind of
I'm reading about it right now. It actually seems kind of cool.
Yeah, I always thought it was extremely
character and stuff like that.
Extremely interesting. But out of that, we go into another very important one. OG Star Wars Battlefront.
Oh,
the first one.
Yeah.
Now, the second one was better. Let's just put a pin in that for now.
I played more of the second one.
The second one was better. I'm just gonna lump the two of these together for the purpose of talking about them.
Yeah, they were very similar.
It was at the time. I think it was everything you could have possibly wanted out of a Star Wars game. You get to be on the feet and you get to shoot the people.
Yeah.
You can drive vehicles and shoot people. You can every once in a while, be a Jedi and do Jedi things, or you can fly in space and shoot people. It was a little bit of everything.
Yeah, looking back on it, that was so cool. Such a goddamn cool game.
Yeah, it just comes down to being such a great fucking concept, though.
I know. It almost seems like that's part of. I think that's always the aspect of Star Wars that it has interested me the most as well. The kind of battle aspect of it. I think that's just so cool.
Also, I still think it's fucking bullshit. There's no space battles in the new Battlefront.
Are there? I don't. There.
No space.
The new Battlefront's actually not. I don't.
No, it's a Battlefield clone, so it's it is what it is.
Yeah.
I had fun with it when I played it, but no space battles. No $60 from me, motherfucker.
I remember Battlefront 2 is just and it's so cool because the actual main game, the main game mode, which I think is called Conquest or no.
Yeah,
Conquest.
yeah. It was well, for Battlefront 2. It was Conquest, and you were playing as this one particular division of. It started as the Clone Wars, and you were this division of the Clone Army, and you did all the prequel shit.
Yeah.
And then you got assimilated into the Empire, and then you did Empire shit.
Yeah, it's pretty slick actually, and just the game's just it was so fun. I put a ton of hours into that game. It was awesome. All the different classes you can choose and stuff like that. Very very cool. Lots of fun. Had a lot of good times with that game.
Okay, so I think now we'll take a quick little break. Little break, and then we'll talk about some other games when we get back. Maybe one of them might have to do with a very elite squadron of clone troopers.
Oh wow!
Time will tell. Okay, fuck you. Listen to these ads.
Bye.
Well, thank you everybody for listening so far into the episode. Bit of a weird one. Like I said at the start, with the Christmas holidays and exams and family coming to town, people leaving town like Peter, how dare he? And also this one, it was just a weirdness of my mother still being in town and us trying to podcast a little quietly so we don't wake her up. But anyways, thank you for listening to the show, and thank you for continuing to listen to the show throughout 2016 and hopefully well into 2017. We hope. God damn it, we hope. Anyways, as in true tradition of the break, it's time to plug some garbage. So, as always, we are brought to you by Audible. I'm going to save you the whole spiel. Just remember that you can go to audibletrial.com/skipshow, and that'll net you a free 30-day trial of Audible and a free audiobook on us. Sounds like a pretty good deal. And as well, just be a good friend. Go like the show on the Facebooks, and on you can tweet at us on the Twitters. Leave us a review on the iTunes or wherever else you listen to the show. And hell, just keep listening. So without further ado, let's get back into the second segment. How about that ending? Oh, I've been having a hard time recovering since Beth shot me. Oh, what do you think about that season? What do you think's going to happen in season 3? I don't know, dude. Just pay for the pizza.
I don't know what you're talking
We'll
about.
see in like a year and a half
Or
maybe.
more.
No, I was listening to Justin Roiland was on the H3 podcast,
Yeah.
and they asked him about it, and he's like, "Look, I'm not allowed to say, but soon." How soon? I can't say. He also talks about every once in a while, just totally unrelated to everything, but I think it's hilarious. Every once in a while, when like an episode, like when the new episode of Rick and Morty drops, he goes onto 4chan and just shit talks it and watches people bandwagon with him. What a fucking guy.
What a guy.
Okay, so back in the saddle. Fucking Star Wars.
Back.
Rip Carrie Fisher.
Back at
Rip
it again.
Princess Leia.
Princess Leia.
Rip in peace.
Hey, do you remember Blink-182's Dude Ranch?
What an album.
Do you remember there was a song about Star Wars on it, eh? It was called A New Hope, I think.
Yeah.
It was fucking Mark Hoppus.
Back in my day, we just called it Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Mark Hoppus just basically saying that Princess Leia is his waifu.
She was all over our way.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing this.
Can you blame him?
That's why we're doing this. So what I want to jump back in with, motherfucking dude, Star Wars Republic Commando.
Oh yeah, this fucking game.
Okay, so
cool.
I'm still pissy that one of the pretty much the core mechanic of this game has never really been effectively utilized in any other game ever.
Yeah.
And that's a fucking shame.
Squad based.
So if you listen, you don't know what it's about. Okay, picture this. It's the Clone Wars. And for some reason, some of the clones are better than other ones and have personalities. I'm not going to argue
clones.
why. But we take a few of those clones and we put them into a squad of 4. And they all have unique attributes that make them good.
Yeah.
And then you have to do some first-person shootering around things, and then you need to use the special skills and personalities of your squad mates to, overcome challenges and things of that nature.
Yeah.
That's it in simplest terms. But like the big thing that you would do is a very heavy portion of the game was giving. You were the boss, right? So it was giving orders. So what you could do is like, we're in this room and we know someone's coming. And keep in mind, this game came out in 2004?
4 or 5.
Let's double check. Oh,
It was like right before
five,
Revenge of
five.
the Sith came out.
It was 5. So, like, so this is 2005. This is happening. It's like, oh, you're in a room, and oh, we know that there's going to be a fight, and you can like direct. Okay, the new sniper guy, you go up here for this long vantage point, and lay down covering fire. And you, the demolitions guy, you can set some bombs over here. And you, the guy who fixes things, I don't know, just do something.
Yeah, do this hacking.
Yeah, something like it was as much about like teamwork and like planning as it was about actual fucking shooting things.
Yeah,
and it did it so goddamn well. And I'm still really fucking sad that like no other game has games have made attempts, but nothing that I can really think of has done it like as effectively.
The other noteworthy thing about this game, which I think is part of the reason why I love it, is because the atmosphere and tone was like nothing I had ever seen in a Star Wars game.
Dark
before.
as shit.
It was incredibly violent. It was like very gritty, and it was fucking cool. I thought.
I just fucking love you get whatever alien blood on your visor, and it would clean itself. Like, it's
like,
fucking awesome.
You would like your melee like attack. You would like stab like at things with like a knife mounted or a wrist mounted knife thing. Like it was.
Which Mass Effect would later steal.
Yeah, it was so incredible because like up until now Star Wars had been like, like the prequels were hokey as fuck with all this like, very they're kid like oriented, but like this game, holy shit, it was like Halo but like Star Wars basically, and like the more violence.
Pretty much. I think that's a good way of putting it.
I think Halo had recently become popular, so there was a lot of mechanics borrowed.
And I do like that, for as little sense as it makes to have all these guys have like unique skill sets and personalities and different voices, considering they're all fucking clones for some reason. I think that there might have been some fucking plot writing around that. I don't remember. Whatever. But yeah, it's like I think as a unit, they wrote them really fucking well.
Yeah, the voice acting was actually
Delta.
tremendous. Yeah,
you were the fucking the straight shooting guy in charge.
Yeah,
listen up, Deltas.
Yeah,
and all this kind of stuff.
The boss man.
Sev, the sniper, who's like a weirdly fucking. Seems like the kind of guy who just lives in a shack in the woods by himself and shoots pigs.
He's pretty edgy.
Pretty edgy.
He had like blood on his trooper helmet.
Pretty primal, yeah. But like he was a sniper, so they sold him as like, oh, he's a hunter.
Yeah.
Right?
Which is so goddamn cool.
Very well. So it's kind of played out now, but it was 2005. It was great.
Yeah, at the time, this was pretty.
Fixer was pretty by the book too, but he was kinda, the fixing shit guy.
Yeah.
And then Scorch, the lovable bumbling demolitions expert.
Yeah, he was a real like jokester.
An archetype that's later been copied by fucking everything.
Yeah. I'm just thinking now, Halo Reach literally copied this game.
Yeah, well, I mean, tit for tat, this basically copied Halo.
Yeah,
so what are you gonna do?
So.
But yeah, Republic Man, and yeah, so there's been rumblings for a long time, but like, oh, maybe we'll get a sequel, and I fucking wish we would.
Never will. And even now, I think with all the other games, kind of, it would almost feel contrived because
I wouldn't mind if like we get a Republic Commando sequel now. It it's the same kind of style of gameplay though. They're given the orders and stuff. But you make it on the engine that Battlefront's made on. Yeah. And same thing, you make it gritty and I think that would be fucking excellent.
It would be. And
it'd be pretty hard to fuck up if you ask me, but it's EA we're talking about. So woo wee zinger.
Ooh wee.
Okay, fuck. Getting out of that, I think we'll come down something a little more family friendly. Fucking Lego Star Wars.
Fuck yeah, Lego Star Wars. Coming off of that.
I'll be honest, I don't really appreciate how fucking Lego everything has had to happen now.
Yeah, I'm not. But I remember.
You know what? Different strokes for different folks. It's fine. I'm just not going to play any of it. But I remember when the Lego Star Wars, just OG Lego Star Wars, the games came out. It was just in 2005. Like that time frame for fucking Star Wars games is ludicrous.
It's because of Revenge of the Sith was coming out. The hype was, and the marketing for that was.
And we were all let down so hard.
Yeah. I think at the time I liked it, like seeing the movie.
Oh yeah, but now looking back on it, I feel lied to.
Yeah, it's fucking dumb.
It's like
trade routes.
It's like when Popeye told me spinach was like super good for me, and it turns out it's just normal good for you.
Yeah. Thanks, Popeye.
Fucking dickhead.
Yeah.
But yeah, because lately Lego Star Wars was the first Lego game.
Yep.
first one.
Well, they're okay. No, but it's like the first.
Of its style.
Yeah,
the one that
yeah.
because every Lego game they put out since is just a copy of this.
Yeah, it just follows the
Fucking Lego
mechanics.
Batman, Lego Harry Potter, Lego Indiana Jones,
Yeah, God, they made a ton.
Lego other things Disney owns.
Yeah. It's a money printer. But yeah, the original Lego Star Wars was awesome. It was the very first one was just based on the prequels, which at the time I thought was really
Yeah,
cool.
we weren't mad at them. Yeah, we thought they were great.
Yeah, so I thought it was fun. I had a ton of fun with it, and I don't know, not much.
Well, it was
The sequel was based on the
it was a
original
great
trilogy.
formula for how they did that because I mean it's a Lego game, so at this point it's very much being targeted towards kids. So
Yeah.
we were the absolute target market for this because we were
Yeah.
kids who were like we were just old enough to see Episode 3.
Yeah,
So it did the perfect method of injecting some lighthearted humor into it.
yeah,
This is no one talked in these.
yeah. It was a charming game. It was very like
Very charming. It is very fun too. It was very well built. Simple
Yeah.
kind of. I want to call it really button mashing combat, but it kind of was.
yeah.
Great recreations of levels.
A big mechanic of that was like the character unlocking, like a big
Yes.
driving force. There was like you wanted to unlock there was like 100 characters or something they could unlock and you wanted to unlock all those, and that was awesome. That was really fun when you're a kid. Even now, I think it's a cool mechanic.
That was great. There was a lot of great puzzles and everything. Like it's
Yeah.
just all around. It was fucking solid.
Yeah. Thanks,
So
Lego.
they do that. That's a big fucking hit. So they crank out Lego Star Wars 2, the OG trilogy, the next year. Like they just fucking put that on the front burner.
And that was good too.
And saying it's
So it's the same game, right?
same game, just with the
Yeah.
other source material to pull from, the better source material.
Yeah, so that was cool.
So yeah, those are all great. And then now we're gonna start getting confusing with them. Lego Star Wars 3, the Clone Wars.
What?
So now this is where there's actually a big gap because in the meantime they were doing other Lego Star Wars bullshit. So I believe Lego Indiana Jones happened after Lego Star Wars 2 because Lego Star Wars 2 was 2006. Okay.
Yeah.
Lego Star Wars 3 is 2011.
What? Wow.
Yeah, there's a bit of a gap there because I think they also did Lego Harry Potter years 1 through 4 and all this kind of shit.
Damn it.
So Lego Star Wars: The Clone Wars. It's based off of that fucking Clone Wars series. So it's just extra Clone Wars.
Great.
As far as I know, it follows the formula. I never really watched that series, so I can't comment on its faithfulness or things of that nature. And then we got Lego Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Only about one movie, but the new movie.
And yeah, there it is.
Now, something that came out earlier this year in June. Last year in June. And I never played it, but I'm really curious. I know it's the same game, and that's fine. But I'm curious. How do they portray spoilers? How do they portray Han dying in it?
In the new Force Awakens?
No, in the Lego game.
I don't know. They probably just fucking stab him. Like
Maybe. I remember in first Lego Star Wars when they kill Qui-Gon Jinn, and it's like, he gets stabbed and he throws up the Lego shocked face and whoa.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming. I don't know. It's probably the same. Like,
And then when Darth Maul gets cut in half, they literally just pull the Lego pieces
Yeah.
apart. And like, God bless you.
yeah, I don't know. Never played it. I'm gonna go play it on the Steam or what. I don't fucking know.
It is available on Steam.
On the Steam box.
On the Steam. Fallout Vegas.
Fallout Vegas online gambling.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Before we just get super off track, the other ones I kind of want to touch on a little bit. We mentioned off mic about KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic.
Knights of the Old Republic.
You've played none of them.
Yep, I haven't played any of them. I've heard they're great. I've heard they're really, really good. So
here's what I'll say. You got a computer, right?
Yeah, I have.
You got a laptop.
Yeah, I got a laptop.
Here's what you should do. You should go on the Steam.
Yeah.
And you should buy either one or both of KOTOR 1 and KOTOR 2.
Yeah.
I believe at any given moment they're less than $5.
Hey.
They're like $3. Like even your laptop will like be able to run them. It's they're a PC game from fucking like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Don't go in expecting a lot in terms of graphics and if I'm being honest, gameplay.
Yeah.
But they were very much meant to be straight RPG.
Oh yeah.
Real fucking role playing games.
Mm-hmm.
So I think. I mean, I don't know what the actual official stance is on their I think Disney just fucking retconned everything, so they're officially non-canon.
Yeah.
But you can make the case they were, because they take place in the Old Republic.
Yeah,
it's
it was
before the prequels, right? It's way before the prequels. It's like it is in a completely independent story from the actual films.
That's interesting.
And it has something to do with the Sith, and at this point, like, the war between the fucking Jedi and the Sith is a super real thing.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. That's like, it's so cool with Star Wars. I mean, you can take it in so many different directions, right? Like Republic Commando compared to like Knights of the Old Republic, two completely different types of games.
Yeah, I'd recommend those. And then of course there's just the Old Republic, the MMO from 5 years ago now, 6 years ago.
It's been 5 years. Oh shit.
2011. So yeah, it's been 6 years.
God damn it! Where does the time
Although
go?
it came out in December of 2011, so really it's only 5 years. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I can't. I can't talk too much into that. We're skipping so many fucking games here, but you know what? Who cares? And then I also want to touch on, just for humor's sake, let's call it, dude. Star Wars: The Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed. Unleashing the Force.
Okay, so aside from the shit title, and the pretty shit storytelling, I mean, I played both of them. I like them.
Yeah, I don't think they're bad games by any means. I've heard they've pretty consistently that they're like all right.
I thought they played quite well. It was okay. So at this point, I really loved the gameplay style, actually, because it was one of those, like, you are just a Jedi, you have the lightsabers, you are fucking so overpowered, it's unbelievable, and we're just gonna throw just dudes at you.
Yeah, I think at the time, I think that was pretty fresh. I remember like reading in Game Informer like some like a preview of The Force Unleashed, and it was awesome because like you are just like, you haven't really been able to play as like this overpowered before. It's cool.
Yeah, it is great. I mean, of course, there's the problems in terms of it's canonness.
Yeah.
So are you aware of the stories to it at all?
I know you're like, you start as Darth Vader's apprentice, but then you turn good. That's about to that extent of which I know.
Okay, so for the first one, I think like in terms of gameplay and stuff, I think the second one's a better game to play. Although the story gets way worse because they're like, oh, we need a sequel, and fuck, we there's no sequel to be had.
There's no story to be told. Yeah.
So, okay, what's a good way of putting it? So in the first one, you're Darth Vader's apprentice. You do shit, you turn good, and then you're like, oh, Vader, I'm coming for you, motherfucker. Get put on your dick-eating gloves.
Batten down the hatches.
Put on your best pair of dick-eating gloves. It's about to get real. And you do all this shit, and eventually you get to Vader, and you fight Vader, and you beat Vader.
Yeah.
And then it gives you like this was 2009, so this was a trendy thing to do in games. It gives you like, oh, the ultimate choice. Will you be a good guy or will you be a bad guy?
Yeah.
And if this game was regarded as standalone, and I liked this, if you pick the good guy ending, that becomes the canon ending where the Emperor just fucking kills you, and that's the end of it.
Yeah. And
Vader still lives, and the world goes on.
Yeah.
I mean, you cost the Empire so much money and private property, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So yeah, like the Emperor does the old like, oh, you have beat, like it's literally the ending from fucking episode 6.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you have beaten Vader. So now will you be my apprentice? Yeah, and you can say yes or no or what have you, right? So if you say no, which is the good guy ending, the Emperor's like, well, eat shit and die.
Yeah, he just fucking kills you.
And he just fucking kills you. Or if you say yes, what happens, and I don't remember the exact specifics of it, but literally they just fucking do episode 3, and Vader, you kill Vader's just outright dead, but then like something happens, and then you have to be in a robot suit now, and you just become a way cooler looking version of Darth Vader.
Oh my god, really?
And that's the ending. And then they put out it was DLC, but I mean it comes with it if you buy it on Steam. There's like one bonus level, which is you as like better Vader.
Yeah.
Doing the Hoth mission, except you kill all the rebels and kill Luke.
Oh my god!
And it's like that's that.
That's so cool.
I'm like I like this, flirting with non, like alternate timelines or polar opposite of what it might. That's cool, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool actually.
So then Force Unleashed 2. The game starts and already like the bad guy ending is out the window. This is assuming the good guy ending happened and you died.
Yeah.
So you wake up and guess what? You're a clone of the guy from the first game because Vader kept a clone. And he's like, okay, let's try this exercise again, shall we? and then after that, it's pretty much the same game. It's such a fucking cop-out.
Oh, that's so funny.
And then you meet like the girl from the first game that got like the old you to turn into a good guy, and then she turns you into a good guy too, because you're like, oh, I share some memories, and like it's fucking garbage. But you get to, but you have a second lightsaber in that one, so that makes
Oh, there you go.
That's when he's dual wielding. It's great.
Dual wielding. Wow.
But like, yeah, the sheer amount of how fucking overpowered it makes you in those games is amazing. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the second one, there's a part where you just lift up a Star Destroyer and throw it at another Star Destroyer.
That's so fucking
like, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's actually deadly.
I mean, it breaks the universe. It's like, why doesn't Luke just do this all the time? But
yeah, you're an extra powerful Jedi.
Because you're a clone of a Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what the hell? How does that work with like midi-chlorians?
Yeah, I was gonna say like midi-chlorian. Like, I don't, Jesus Christ, I don't.
Midi-chlorians.
That was never expanded upon in the movies, and it's like, oh, he's like, it looks like in the movie when they do that, and he's like, oh, Anakin, I'm gonna check your midi-chlorians.
Yeah,
he just like takes his blood sugar, and he's like, oh wow, you're a fucking Jedi.
He's got a lot of midi-chlorians. He's got more midi-chlorians than Yoda.
Jesus, oh, God, fuck, man,
So salty.
The fucking prequels, they're just the worst.
Good stuff.
Why couldn't we have the cool version of Vader from fucking Force Unleashed? I don't remember what his name was. They give him like a Darth whatever name, right?
Oh well, his name's Starkiller. I know.
Yeah, like that's what they call him. But like when you at the end of Force Awakens 1, like when you become new Vader, they're like, oh, I'll make you Darth something. It gives you a name. I can't remember what it was.
Here I'm reading. Wait, no, I can't find it. IDFK. I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
Casting characters.
yeah, fucking Starkiller. Starkiller. Dude, do you think they named Starkiller base after him?
Yeah. It's not canon anymore.
I don't know. It's real. I don't even know what to believe.
God.
Yeah, I mean those are the games that I really wanted to touch on the most. There's like 1,000 that we skipped.
Kind of all the games that.
I mean, there's other ones to be looked at. So for example, again, we mentioned off mic, canceled games.
Yeah.
So there's a line that gets drawn between. We mentioned with Republic Commando as ones where like they had never officially announced a sequel, but the feeling was it was going to happen.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't, or they say we're not working on it anymore, or something like that, right? So that's a case of that for Republic Commando 2, or even Battlefront 3. That was always a long-standing rumor, right? And then eventually we got Battlefront. Battlefront 3, and then we got Battlefront. No, it's Battlefront 1 now. The other ones never existed. Fuck you.
Yeah.
It's things like that. But we get some ones that were super official. I think the one that's the stings the most is really the most salty and unfair is Star Wars 1313.
Yeah, I remember seeing concept art for it and being just wowed, like so.
Yeah, I'm really pissy. This isn't a thing that's gonna happen. Fucking Disney ruining this for us when they bought fucking Star Wars.
Because they just dissolved. Like,
yeah, they just said fuck LucasArts, it's done. LucasArts is dead.
LucasArts.
So yeah, it was in development by LucasArts, and I think the idea was it had shit not hit the fan, it would have released in 2014 or 2015.
Yeah.
And basically, we talked earlier about Star Wars Bounty Hunter, the Jango Fett. Really focused on, gadgets and this kind of shit.
Yeah.
It was going to be something in that vein.
Yeah.
Although on a much grander scale, much bigger world, much more intricate, right? I was so fucking excited for it.
Yeah.
I was fucking pumped. And then the world's like, hey, this will teach you to get excited about things. No more of that.
Oh, no more of that. And it never will happen.
I mean, another one, obviously, and people are still kind of banging the drum about this, even though they did eventually get, the Old Republic, KOTOR 3.
Yeah.
Knights of the Old Republic 3. I think that was... I don't remember the exact story behind why that never happened, but, people were fucking salty with that for a long-ass time.
Yeah.
Force Unleashed 3, I think that was announced and then never materialized. Well, it's because everyone was still kind of pissed about the second one and how fucking dumb the story was.
Yeah.
Something like that. What are you going to do this time? Give him 3 lightsabers?
Yeah. God.
What if he just plays General Grievous?
General Grievous.
Holy shit.
General Grievous is the man.
Dude, he was so shit.
Yeah, he was pretty stupid.
At the time,
I thought he was
when you
cool
look
as
at
fuck.
his character. He existed to be a plot MacGuffin because, oh fuck, we killed Count Dooku in the first act.
Yeah.
Ah shit, we need another mini boss.
It's also such a George Lucas idea to be like, oh, he's a droid, but he's a Jedi droid.
Oh, he takes lightsabers from everybody. Okay, well, the other thing I don't get. When he's fighting Obi-Wan and they start and he just like puts one in all of his rotating arms and just makes like the fucking buzz.
Yeah.
So I was like, why don't you just always do that?
Yeah.
Because Obi-Wan like sticks his lightsaber and he manages to
And then
block
they
all
go
four of them,
into
and then they
it.
do normal fights. Like, no, just keep doing
Yeah,
that.
keep doing that. I just,
Ma-
what a stupid movie. I'm just thinking about.
And then he kills him with a blaster.
God. And then like Obi-Wan's riding on that like lizard thing, and General Grievous has like a spinning motorcycle thing.
That spinning motorcycle was the fucking truth, though. That was so cool. The lizard can fuck off, but that motorcycle thing looked awesome. Well, that motorcycle thing's a thing that exists in real life. Like,
Wow.
can we talk about another thing I fucking hated about the prequels? And they did it for Force Awakens because I guess it's meant to be an homage. Because they did it. It happens in all the movies. And for the original trilogy, fine, I can understand it. Those were made 30-something years ago.
Yeah.
But for the prequels at this point, there was already no excuse. Is how come every scene transition is fucking Windows Movie Maker 95, fucking screen wipe?
Well, that's like
screen
that's
wipe.
like the novelty now. Like they do. Yeah.
I fucking hate that
it's
so
novelty.
much.
It's like the title crawl. Like you can't like get rid of the title crawl and like the.
Well, the title crawls like the title crawl people associate with Star Wars, but if you see the screen wipe, everyone just associates that with your little brother making a YouTube video.
No, I think that's part of the charm. Actually,
Fuck off! I really hate the fucking shit transitions. Or for the prequels, the like extremely obvious green screen background,
Yeah.
where we're constantly going to edit in more aliens.
God, yeah. There's just a lot of issues, which is why I think for its flaws, I like The Force Awakens because it was.
Well,
just,
I'm not talking shit about the Force
oh yeah,
Awakens.
I know.
It's
I
fine.
was just saying, like, compared to all the bullshit from the prequels and stuff, Force Awakens I still found to be just a fun, objectively like fun movie. It was cool.
Man, remember when that whole movie was just one big nostalgia pop?
It totally was.
What about that shit? Wide shot. Oh, it's the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, there's like, they talk about how like on its own, like suppose you've never seen a Star Wars movie before, half the moments don't really reward you, but because everyone's seen Star Wars.
I also love it was done in such a way that like, look, you knew going into it the Millennium Falcon was gonna be in the movie.
Yeah.
But when it shows up, I'm still like,
Yeah,
it's
I
the
like
fucking
marked
shit.
out the first time I saw it. It was great.
Because remember, they're like, oh, that ship sucks. Let's go to this other ship. Oh, they blew up that ship.
Yeah, the garbage will do. Great, good stuff. Yeah.
Man, I can't wait until we find out who Rey's parents were, and why Luke's such a shitty teacher.
Yeah, I know. Luke, Mark Hamill.
I did see. I was reading about it, actually. If I'll get back into Carrie Fisher, rip, because she'd already finished filming all her parts for episode 8, so that's done. But obviously she was supposed to be in episode 9, so everyone's immediately talking. It's a trilogy.
Yeah.
So we're talking about like, okay, so the one thing that we clearly, by all story points we know from episode 7, we need to have is a part where her and Kylo Ren meet, and it's like, why'd you kill Dad, you fucking idiot?
Yeah.
But now we don't get that.
Yeah.
That's not like the story should have that. So someone, I forget who, someone on Reddit. So I was like, okay, look, here's the only thing we can salvage from this. Fucking that fucking Andy Serkis voice motherfucker. The new Emperor guy.
Yeah, the new Emperor. Literally the new Emperor.
That guy, he fucking offs Carrie Fisher, which makes Kylo Ren be a good guy.
Yeah. I definitely
Because if
think,
killing your dad makes you evil, someone else killing your mom makes you good. That math checks out.
Yeah. I think there will have my prediction is there will have to be some kind of redemption for Kylo Ren, but it'll have to be something pretty. I mean, fuck.
He needs something. He's too much of a fucking wiener otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay, if we're gonna keep fucking just shooting shit about movies, why not? Fuck it. I don't have other things to talk about.
Yeah.
I don't know what the goal was with Kylo Ren, but when he takes his fucking helmet off for the first time, I'm like, nerd.
Yeah. I think that's the idea, though.
What a
He's
fucking nerd.
He's supposed to be like.
What a fucking dummy.
Supposed to be a fucking wiener.
Bet you I could beat him in a fight.
Yeah, he looked cool with the mask, though.
The mask is
cool.
awesome.
Although, once again, it was just a Darth... Man, yeah, the more I think about Force Awakens, everything is just a, carbon copy
It's very clear.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's all right.
That's all right. Because it was a fun-ass movie, and I liked it.
Man, remember the Death Star had trees and shit?
Yeah.
Or I do love, brought up Reddit because Reddit's great. Fantastic subreddit is the Empire did nothing wrong. And it's just the pro-Empire, and it's, just memes and whatnot, but the rebels are the bad guys all along.
Yeah.
So everyone's talking about, okay, so think back, if you will. Star Wars Episode 3, that fight with Count Dooku. Obi-Wan gets, fucking, hit in the shoulder with a blaster shot, and then he gets, thrown and hits that scaffolding, and then he's just fucking out. He's just down for the count for, a good 10 minutes, and everyone's like, oh, but Obi-Wan's so cool.
Yeah.
And then, Force Awakens in that fight with Kylo Ren, it's like, he gets shot and, he gets the shit kicked out of him, and everyone's like, oh, boo.
Boo.
Boo, we don't like him.
Not cool.
Oh, he's fighting valiantly. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. No, it was cool. I do, one thing I did like, I know people like to kind of, talk about how Rey just picks up a lightsaber for the first time and can fight, which is kind of a little suspect, but it's a really good fight actually between Rey and Kylo Ren. It's actually very cool.
Man, she's got the Force in her.
Yeah.
What if she's actually Luke's illegitimate child? Wow. I wonder if that'll be a thing.
Oh boy. I really hope they don't do that, but I don't know what else they're gonna do.
Yeah, nothing else for her makes a lot of sense. Although, I mean, she's on, what was it? Oh, she's on Jakku. It's totally different than Tatooine.
Yeah.
We totally didn't film it in the same spot where we filmed Tatooine. In Morocco.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Morocco.
Is that in Morocco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was in Morocco. At least some of it was, if I'm not mistaken.
Fuck. How come every planet in Star Wars only has one biome?
Because it's easier that way. It's the same as every fucking space Mass Effect and all that kind of stuff.
Every planet has
it's
one.
too hard.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky, it's all the same.
Yeah. Wow.
What am I, a writer with so much time on my hands?
Yeah. I guess, we only see, certain parts of the planet, so I guess you could argue that.
Well, they make it especially clear for Tatooine and Jakku there.
Yeah.
It's like, no, this is just a desert planet. Fuck you if you live here.
Jakku is just Tatooine with garbage on it.
Pretty much. Well, I did seeing her job is just getting fucking scrap from old Star Destroyers and shit.
I will say that downed Star Destroyer on Jakku is cool as fuck.
Looks dope as shit.
Yeah.
So, man, fucking. What was the planet they go to? That's very clearly just Yavin from Episode 4. But
I don't know.
Planet.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
If I want to talk about the best character in Episode 7, though, that random fucking stormtrooper who's like, traitor.
There were traitor memes for a while there. The Valiant.
Those are well alive.
Nightstick.
Those are well alive, and what is it? Empire did nothing wrong.
I gotta check out that subreddit. So that's pretty good.
It is great.
Traitor. God.
How does he know who he is?
I don't know.
Because if we were to believe things that we learned from fucking Captain Phasma and shit, it's like they never get to take their helmets off. They're not allowed to take their helmets off.
Right.
So how do they recognize him if he's
I don't know,
in street clothes and shit?
Yeah.
Also,
Captain
can we talk about Captain Phasma for a second? Because all the promotional material we had leading up to the movie was she's the badass. She's the new fucking Jango Fett and shit, right?
Yeah.
It's played by Brienne of Tarth. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
And she has 4 lines in the movie and gets jobbed out super quick when she actually has to fight something.
Apparently, she's returning for Episode 8. Maybe she will have a.
Okay, good. She had better be better at not sucking shit.
Yeah, I was actually. I don't even know the actress's name. I just know she plays. Gwendolyn, I think. Is that it?
Yeah, Gwendolyn Christie, I think is her name. But yeah, Brienne of Tarth. Yeah, I'm super behind on Game of Thrones. Shit.
Yeah, same.
I have so many other things I have to watch.
I know. It's good stuff. So much media to consume.
Oh. Dude, I still have to watch Black Mirror.
You still have to watch Rogue One, dude. Have you seen Rogue One?
I haven't seen Rogue One yet either.
You should.
I'm sorry, everybody. I haven't seen Rogue One.
I intentionally didn't want to bring it up just because you should probably see it.
Dude, did you see Rogue One?
What?
Did you see Rogue One? Dude, where's my review? I want it on my desk.
God.
First thing in the morning.
Oh, shit.
And by that, I mean pretty much any time tomorrow. I'm driving all day tomorrow. Who cares?
Okay, maybe I'll...
Seriously, write it, though. Fucking write it.
Fine.
I've heard it's pretty good.
It is. It's really good.
Okay, good.
All right. Thanks.
So we have Rogue One now, and I think we're still getting the Han Solo prequel movie, which if that is going to be so hard to fuck up. There's nothing about that movie can be bad.
Yeah.
All the pieces are there for it to be so good.
Yeah.
Who did they cast as fucking? I don't remember who they cast as fucking young Han Solo though.
I don't know, but they got Donald Glover as Lando, which is cool.
Which
as fuck.
yes, dude. Who else is gonna play Lando?
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm stoked.
So yeah, this is a Han Solo movie, and then what other one is
I
there?
don't know what other
There's
spin-off.
one. I know there's one other like standalone something that's gonna happen,
I don't know.
and I'm not entirely sure what. But you know what? I'm looking at the current landscape of Star Wars, and I'm thinking, yeah,
Hey, that's pretty good.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's
Well, yeah,
Pretty good.
Upon seeing Rogue One, their pretty much track record is 2 for 2, more or less. I mean, they're not perfect movies, but I think they're plenty of fun. and
better
they're
than
really
the DC Cinematic Universe,
Which are ones-
0 for 2.
good. 0 for 3, Man of Steel, right? Man
Yeah.
of Steel.
Oh yeah, I guess we
Batman
do
v
include Man of
Superman.
Steel. That came out in like 2010 though, right? So it's
Yeah.
kind of okay. So yeah, we'll say 0 for 3.
Yeah, fuck DC. Seriously, though. These movies suck.
But
Fuck you.
But anyway, in conclusion, with the Star Wars,
Star Wars.
a true fucking once in a lifetime, because it's going to continue on long after we're dead.
Yeah.
But a real fucking legend of a property. It's touched so many lives across the years, and just contributed itself to just in terms of the number of games it's had. It's so fucking many.
Yeah.
And then what you also look at as well, like the fucking span of the different kinds of games there are,
Yeah.
and what they all brought to gaming as a whole. So you get the early 80s, like the arcade flight simulator, Star Wars games, which you eventually evolve into when you get through like Rogue Squadron, like really fucking polished flying games.
Yeah.
You get a fantastically underrated shooter, first-person shooter from Republic Commando.
Yeah.
That really kind of did something that nothing else had ever done with that genre before. You get a few of the greatest role-playing games there have ever been with the KOTOR games.
You get the Battlefronts.
Yeah, you get just I'll say those are the best. For like Battlefront and Battlefront 2, split screen.
Yes.
Some of the best shit for that. Some solid action, just straight action games, hack and slash kind of stuff from Force Unleashed. Like it's a huge fucking span of shit, and you know what? Most of it is pretty good.
Pretty good. Hey.
Pretty good. So, anyways, I think we'll wrap up there. Peter, thanks for coming out.
Hey, I serve the people. What can I say?
Yeah. If I can get that review on my desk, on my desk.
Jesus Christ!
And
Need pictures of Spider-Man.
You know what, guys? Sorry, we're late, but you know what? I didn't choose when Christmas was.
Have a happy 2017, everyone.
Hey, what famous person is going to die between when this is recorded and when this airs?
You tell us in the comments.
Betty White. Okay, well, that's it for us, and we will see you later.
Okay, bye.
Fuckers.
When I wake up, I do things related to the Star Wars. Turn on the TV, I'm gonna watch a bunch of the Star Wars. Do you remember when that crazy thing happened in the Star Wars? When character A and character B shared a timeless moment in the Star Wars. Of course I do, 'cause just like you, I love the Star Wars. I'm in love with the Star Wars. I'm in love with the Star Wars. In the dark of the night, it feels alright. I'm in love with the Star Wars. I'm in love with the Star Wars. Come join me tonight. I'll celebrate the Star Wars with you. All of my clothing features images and logos from the Star Wars. My curtains, blankets, even sheets are all composed of the Star Wars. The ringtone on my phone plays a cool song from the Star Wars. Sometimes when I'm alone, my private thoughts drift to the Star Wars. remember the pivotal scene in the Star Wars when character C did that. They looked right at the camera and said that incredible line, the one we'll never forget. Of course I do, 'cause just like you, I love the Star Wars.